And this November, Sacramento voters will choose the city's next mayor after many headlines surrounding the homelessness crisis and the removal of Camp Resolution. Tonight, both mayoral candidates speak with ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen about their plans to deal with the issues at hand.
Alex, Dr. Cofer and Assemblymember Kevin McCarty are running for Sacramento mayor this November. Both mayoral candidates tell me homelessness will be their top priority if they're voted as the city's next mayor.
Ever since North Sacramento's Camp Resolution, a self-governing camp for the unhoused, was cleared out by the city on Monday.
It wasn't done thoughtfully and with a clear plan for how we were going to support a self-governing community.
Sacramento mayoral candidate Dr. Cofer says there should have been a better plan for residents.
How we were going to make sure that it had the resources necessary, electricity and water and some of the key components to being able to make it healthy. And most importantly, and we've heard from some of the surrounding businesses and community members, how we were going to involve them in making sure this was successful.
The lease that allowed the camp to operate was terminated earlier this summer, and there were disagreements between the nonprofit Safe Ground Sacramento and the city.
This was a fatally flawed site, kind of a toxic location where they had some lawsuits going back and forth, and it wasn't a viable site.
Mayoral candidate Assemblymember Kevin McCarty believes ultimately there needs to be more places for people to go.
We need to have locations like Roseville Road or, abandoned city or state land where we can send people where they can either legally camp or be in tiny homes and get services.
In July, Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order to allow cities and counties to clear homeless encampments from public areas, following the Supreme Court's Grants Pass decision. But both candidates say there needs to be better solutions.
We can't have people camping blocking sidewalks next to schools, in city parks, in front of businesses. We need to enforce, no urban camping. But conversely, we need to do a better job opening up safe ground places where people can camp. Affordable places that are cost effective. Are we spending our dollars efficiently? Our problems are this high. Our amount of money we have is only this high. We get roughly $25 million a year in state money.
We cannot just continue to say to people not here without being clear about where they can go. And shutting down Camp Resolution is just another example of us not being really clear about what are the humane places that we should be setting up all over the place that allow people to have somewhere to go and allow them to meet their basic needs and also are able to meet the needs of the surrounding community. We need everybody to be clear on what the goal is, what their role is in it. And the city cannot own this by themselves.
Now tonight, many Camp Resolution residents are still looking for places to live, saying the shelter option offered to them is not an option for them. Sacramento City contractors say since Monday's camp clearing, they removed more than 92,000 pounds of items and 1,150 needles.
All right, Jeannie, thank you so much.